Claude released Claude Design. Most of the takes I've seen are from product designers or startup people. Nobody's asking the question I want to ask, which is this useful for authors? So I spent a week putting Claude Design through 4 tests, and the results genuinely surprised me. Test number 1, the book cover layout. I'm going to ask Claude Design to build me a thriller cover layout for a book called The Cartographer. The way it works, you describe what you want, Claude builds a first version on a canvas, and then you refine it through the chat, inline comments, direct text edits, or these adjustments you can export to Canva, PDF, PowerPoint, or a standalone HTML. Here's the prompt on screen, and this is what it gave me. Notice what's good and what's missing. The typography hierarchy is actually pretty strong. Title weight, subtitle spacing, author name placement. The composition follows conventions as far as I can tell, but that placeholder where the figure should be, that's empty because Claude Design is not making me a person in a trench coat. Now here's where it gets interesting. I drop in a hero image I generated separately. Total time from blank canvas to a working cover concept, about 8 minutes. So it's a partial win. Claude Design is not a cover generator, but it can be a really good layout tool, and the cover pipeline makes the rest of the workflow surprisingly fast. Test 2 is where my opinion of this tool changed. I asked Claude Design to build me a full landing page for The Cartographer. Pre-order page, hero section, book description, author bio, a section for early reader quotes, and an email sign-up, standard author website stuff. Here's the prompt, and this is what it gave me. This is where it earned the title of this video for me. What it built in about 30 seconds is something I would have paid a freelancer for. The hierarchy is right. The blurb cards have actual placeholder content that reads like real early reader quotes. The part that really got me is I clicked on one of the blurb cards, used the inline comment feature, and just typed, "Make this feel more literary, less marketing-y." It rewrote it in place while I watched. Everything I'm building in this video, the cover layer templates, the landing page structure, the prompts I'm using for each test, I'm packaging it with the existing book blueprint that's up on my Ko-Fi. It's the full Claude Design for Authors methodology, including the prompts, the workflow, and the sections I'm not going to have time to cover in this video. Links in the description. Check it out. Back to the test. Claude generates these sliders for you, custom based on what you're working on. On the landing page, it gave me sliders for atmospheric intensity, text density, and color saturation. I drag the atmospheric intensity slider. You can drag these sliders and the entire page will change. You can make the page darker, the typography bigger or moodier. The hero section might gain a subtle gradient. No reprompting, no regeneration. Live. This is the detail that most impressed me because it offers so much customization. Most AI design tools make you reprompt for every change. The sliders mean you can dial in the fill without writing another sentence. This test is a clean win. This alone, to me, justifies the tool. Now, this next test is the kind of static graphic you'd run as a Facebook or Amazon ads creative for a book launch. Here's the prompt on screen. If you're running ads, you're probably doing it on a budget. We need creative variations to test, and we burn hours making them. Claude Design just gave me 3 coherent variants from 1 prompt. Now the catch, and there's almost always a catch, right? Unless you're very specific with the typography and design choices you want, Claude's gonna try to make every design look like Claude. It's gonna have the same colors, same kind of font. So you gotta be really specific here. But when you are specific and you ask for lots of variations, I think this is another win. Test number 4 is the book launch media kit. This is the one I think most authors will get the most use out of. A book launch media kit is essentially a press kit. It's the kind of thing you send to podcast hosts or other bloggers that you're pitching to for an interview, to bookstores when you're asking for an event, or to bloggers when you're requesting a review, or to festivals when you're applying to speak. Most authors I know either don't have one of these or they're using a Word doc from 2019 that nobody wants to open. Here's the prompt on screen, and here's what we got. It's got a clean hierarchy. The discussion topics for podcast hosts section is the part I want to highlight the most. That's the thing that gets you booked on shows. Most authors forget to include it. Claude didn't miss a beat. You can export the PDF, 1 file, it's pitch ready. This is a massive win. If you're launching a book in the next 6 months or whenever, this test alone is worth the price of the Pro plan. But there might actually be a free version that you can use. But first, I want to mention 3 more things I tested briefly because someone in the comment might ask about them. Number 1 is book interior design. I asked Claude Design to mock up chapter opener pages and section break designs. It built me concept layouts that I could hand to a typesetter, Vellum, or Atticus as a reference. But it really is not going to replace your interior formatting tool. It's not a typesetting program. But as a way to design the aesthetic of your interior, chapter ornaments, drop caps, section breaks, it could work pretty well. Treat it as a mood board, though, and not really as a finished file. Number two is Series Design System. I can't not mention this, a feature that a lot of people are excited about long term. Claude Design lets you build a reusable design system. And for a series author or someone just trying to keep all of your designs similar, that means you can establish your visual identity, your brand, your typography, your color palette, ornament style, your layout conventions, and have every cover layout, landing page, and ad creative and media kit for every book in the series automatically inherited. And I'm going to probably be running some deeper tests on this for maybe a future video, but if you write a series, watch this space. And then number three is the slides export. Claude Design exports to PowerPoint, which means everything I just demoed, the landing page, the ad creative, the media kit, can be turned into a slide deck for a live event, a school visit, a conference talk, or a launch party. Now, one more thing before the verdict. There is a free open source clone of Claude Design called Open Co-Design. There's actually a couple open source options that you should consider. They've been out a little while, they run on your own computer, and they work with whatever AI model you bring to it. Best of all, it's completely free. I want to be honest with you about who that's for. It's more of a developer tool. You'll need to install software, bring your own API keys from a model provider, and be comfortable with the setup process. If that describes you, go check it out. Links in the description. But if it doesn't, stick with Claude Design itself. The Pro plan handles the friction for you. I'm including it because you should know it exists, not because it's the right tool. With everybody talking about how expensive Claude can be and how many tokens that you'll run out of immediately when you try to use Claude Design or any Claude tool, I think it's worth looking into. I think it's worth at least knowing about some open source options. Hopefully, more will come. Now, here's my honest verdict. Claude Design is not a book cover generator. If anybody tells you it is, they're either selling you something or they haven't actually used it. But for the rest of what authors need, landing pages, ad creatives, launch media kits, lead magnets, newsletter graphics, pre-order pages, A+ content, series design systems, it is a genuine showstopper. The export means it slots into a workflow you probably already have. The slider refinement is a real innovation, not a gimmick, and that speed is the kind of speed that changes what's economical for an indie author like most of us. If you're on a Pro or Max plan, it's already in your account. Click the palette icon, try the launch media kit test. The full prompt pack and book blueprint is on my Ko-Fi, link below. Subscribe if you want more of these. I'm running the same kind of test on every major AI tool that drops, and the next one is going to be a doozy. I'll see you there.